Now before I start this review, I just want to give a quick shout out to my friend Emily Reviews, who posted my last review on her blog and drove a lot of traffic my way, so thanks to her for that. You can find a link to her reviews in the description below. When I was editing my last review, Rose, I realized that the process of editing was really long and time-consuming. But luckily I figured out a faster and more efficient way of editing my videos. Check it out. Last episode, we got introduced to Rose and the Doctor, and after working together to save the world from a giant melty marshmallow face, Rose decided to travel with the Doctor to see all of time and space. The Doctor takes Rose to the year
5.5/Apple/26, 5 billion years in your future,
where the sun is about to expand and destroy the Earth. They have a quick conversation to cover up the massive scientific errors in this plotline when the steward comes and tells them off. This is when we get to see the psychic paper for the first time. Then we see all the aliens, including the super obvious evil guy McEvilpants, the one that's reused in the Rings of Akaten, the one that's probably not going to be important later in the show, the love child of these two trees, the one that's your average American painted blue, and finally, Joan Rivers in 5 years' time. The Doctor and Rose talk with the aliens for a bit, and they seem to get on quite well. But then, in a shocking turn of events, the super obvious evil guy McEvilpants are doing something evil. It turns out that the silver balls that they gave everyone are actually robots that were designed to sabotage the ship. The Doctor and Rose have a quick conversation and then decide to go explore the ship separately. Rose gets in an argument with Cassandra in which she calls her a bitchy trampoline.
Better to die than live like you, a bitchy trampoline.
This is my new wall of best line in Doctor Who so far. In the episodes to come, there will be more additions to this wall. The Doctor goes snooping around because he simply can't resist snooping around. He meets up with the tree lady, and together they discover that the ship is being infiltrated. They also find out that the shields protecting everybody from the deadly sun rays had been taken down in the steward's office. They go to investigate and find that the steward is dead. Meanwhile, Rose has been captured and put into a room where the sun shield is also going down. The Doctor saves Rose's life with his sonic screwdriver and then goes to confront the bad guys. The super obvious evil guy McEvilpants were actually robots being controlled by a certain bitchy trampoline. The bitchy trampoline teleports off the ship and leaves the others to die. Now it's up to the Doctor and the tree lady to save the ship from destruction. Rose will take no further part in the storyline. The Doctor navigates his way through a poorly designed air conditioning system with the help of the tree lady. After running through a series of high-speed fans, he manages to reach a lever that reignites the shields and saves the ship. The Doctor finds a teleport feed and uses it to bring back the bitchy trampoline. Without her servants to moisturize her, she crumbles up and explodes.
I'm too young.
Oh yeah, a new section. After my last review, I got some good constructive criticism and realized that I didn't delve deep enough into the plot. I mean, yeah, the majority of my reviews is summarizing the plot, but I don't tell you my emotions or feelings about it, which, after all, is the point of a review. The argument between the Doctor and Rose isn't doing Rose's character any favors. I mean, yeah, they argued in the first episode, but that argument seemed sort of relevant and, Rose had a reason to be upset. A lot of writers over the years try to suggest that Doctor Who is a family show that's appropriate for kids, but this episode really makes me question that.
Prostitute. Bitchy trampoline.
The reveal that the bitchy trampoline was a bad guy came as no surprise at all. You knew that they were developing her character for this because none of the other characters had any development. Sure, they tried to throw you off with this super evil guy McEvil Pants, but it didn't really work. Why did the repeated meme capture Rose? She didn't pose any threat to their plan, she hadn't discovered anything, she was just walking around, talking to people. Is there anything else I should talk about?
Give it to me. This is the bad wolf scenario.
That's probably not important. Doctor once again is great. For the first half of the episode, you can tell that he's really enjoying himself. But after Chem dies, he has no mercy for Cassandra. We got to see a glimpse of the Doctor's dark side in Rose, but in this episode, it really comes out. Now, in the last episode, I complained about Rose's character being inconsistent, but I'm sure by this point, the writers have figured out what they want to do with the character.
Anyway, don't let me keep you. Good luck with it.
Thank you, miss, and thank you for the permission. Not many people are that considerate.
Okay, see you later.
Oh, I get it, so she's sort of relatable and kind and friendly.
And I'm here too because you brought me here, so just tell me.
Son of a bitchy trampoline. Cheem is kind of underdeveloped as far as characters go. Sure, she's kind and helpful, but there's not really much to say about her. Cassandra was such a bitchy trampoline. Cassandra is a really effective villain, and Zoe Wanamaker does an excellent job portraying her. The digital effects in this episode far exceeded that of its predecessor, Rose. Every single shot in this episode is massively impressive. And that's saying something, because there's like 250-something effect shots in this episode. And the practical effects look awesome as well. The effects in this episode definitely get a 10 out of 10 for me. The storyline of this episode was pretty mediocre, and the characters are extremely forgettable. So all I have to say is this is kind of a meh. Like a meh. Pretty meh. 6 out of 10. I'll see you next time for my review of The Unquiet Dead.